Yeah, Cody, you're gonna have to put your big boy pants on.
Because it's
Yeah, you can pull that all the way up towards your mouth, kind of like where mine is.
Yep. And curdle the balls with your other hand.
What?
I believe you heard him.
Now say what a lovely tea party.
What a lovely tea party.
There you are.
Your mother rode Space Mountain 15 years ago, and you're gonna ride it tonight.
All right.
I think that's a sure sign that you don't need any more fucking buttons there, J-Dubs.
Good morning!
Another glorious morning. Makes me sick.
Good morning, my neighbors!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to
the Ready Set Radio Show.
Good morning, apartment. Good morning, doorway. Good morning, wall. Good morning, ceiling. Good morning, floor.
I forgot I was wearing those.
Good morning and welcome to a new episode of the Ready Set Radio Morning Show. My name is Floaty. With me, as always, is the Beard. And over there in the booth, producing this podcast like a guy who just Googled, how do I produce a podcast, is J-Dubs. No applause.
That's my favorite one yet.
Necessary. All right, back by popular demand today, we have brought back a format that we've done a few times, and I lovingly refer to it as Get to Know One of J-Dubs' Friends episodes. They've always been good conversations, and surprisingly, our highest viewed episodes are some of those, aren't they? Yep.
Absolutely.
So, J-Dubs, introduce us to your awesome friend that we're about to get to know everything about intimately.
Okay, this one hits home really close, man. Like, this is a dear friend of mine. We met at a gas station one night over cars, imports. We're Honda, part of the Honda family. So, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Mr. Cody Redding.
There he is.
Redding. That is R-E-D-D-E-N.
That's right.
Damn, you are special. He spelled your last name out for everyone.
That's right.
What makes him really special is, unfortunately, here recently, he was in a very bad accident. He was driving his motorcycle.
Yeah, but no, I want to talk about the elephant in the room.
Oh, yeah, the elephant is what I'm getting to. It's about the size of one, too. But anyway,
my God, man, what happened?
Yeah, there you go.
From your own words, sir. What went down?
So, a lot.
Very quickly, I would imagine.
Yeah,
too.
like I was just riding, and then all of a sudden I could see where I was going, and then it was just like sky, ground, and then I stopped, went to go sit up, realized that thing was not going anywhere.
Oh, wow.
And so I just laid back down and then waited for the paramedics to show up.
Where were you coming from?
Yeah.
So I was coming from the Sheetz gas station, and then I was going to my girlfriend's house, and then I never made it there.
Which sheets?
The one in Salisbury.
Okay. All right.
So yeah, I had to stop, get gas.
You guys caught that, right? What he said? You didn't hear what he said?
He said the one in Salisbury.
No. Where were you going?
My girlfriend's house.
He said which sheets, and I instantly thought which girlfriend. That's inappropriate conversation.
Yeah, that's not at all what I was getting at.
No,
I was wondering which sheets at, so at least have like a roundabout general idea of where it was and how it happened, and I was just curious. What kind of bike were you on?
I was on a 24 Gixxer 1000. Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that. Is anybody?
Damn, that's brand new.
Yeah, brand new. It had 0.3 miles on it when I bought it.
And how long had you had it before the accident?
That heights.
5 months, 6 months, something in that. Not long at all.
And I'm gonna break in there and say he's very lucky. Even down to the roll, he rolled sideways instead of end over end. There's video from the gas station.
Yeah, we saw that video.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
You got to look real close to notice what's happening because the video happens from, you're looking across the parking lot, and
Yeah.
But yeah, man, you see a little black dot, fucking whoop.
Yep.
Yep.
No.
Yeah, I had to watch it like 5 or 6 times and to know where to be looking.
Yeah,
because it zooms and it moves.
Yeah.
And you were flying, and I was like, the first 3 times I was like, What did he hit?
Yeah, what happened?
Exactly.
didn't see
It's
the
hard
car.
to see.
That bush came out of nowhere.
Like I thought, at first
From the
view,
bush. From
first
the
time
bush.
actually, the first and second time I saw it, I thought that you were driving on the street and then you got a little crooked in the intersection and hit like a business sign or something
Yeah.
that was in the bushes. That's what it looked like until I saw the car finally. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So like when it's a very good case for what it is. She actually turned into me, so she hit my swing arm, which is where most of my damage is on the bike. It slung me from the intersection pretty much into the grass where I rolled, and then
So this happened from impact.
yeah,
Yes.
That's
this
where
is-
she hit you.
This is
Okay.
I'm pretty much convinced that this is where her bumper and everything hit,
Made
which
contact,
is why
yeah.
it's all the way it is.
And when you
Yeah.
see the pictures, you will understand.
Yeah.
dude. And then these, I'm just assuming are from impact.
Mm-hmm.
This, I'm gonna assume is from rolling, but this side's perfectly good. That's why most of my left side is bad. That's
Right.
the side she hit me on.
Are you able to list off all your injuries?
So
Can you tell us what day it is?
I remember
How many
that.
fingers am I holding up?
Oh, so I am so sorry.
Wow,
I did
good
not
button
mean
choice.
to use that. I am so sorry.
You
was
Wrong
insensitive bastard.
Wrong choice of
Okay.
buttons.
Too soon.
Hold on.
I am so
Hold
sorry.
on. I blame myself because 10 minutes ago, before we started, I was thinking I should let him know not to hit the car crash button. But I was like, nah, he wouldn't do that.
No, look at me. Never underestimate J-Dubs. You know what I'm saying?
You're right. That's on me. That's why I'm apologizing. Take a time out of the interview to say that's my bad. Did it come out the nose?
I just wanted to take a minute to say that's my bad.
Let's knock these smiles off. Let's go through your injuries. I want to know how bad you got banged up because it looked awful.
So this foot, I broke the heel, which pretty much sent the heel bone through the top of my foot and through the bottom of my foot. There's also on this side a very, very large gash. So I look like pretty much Frankenstein when you take the bandage off.
Right.
I broke.
Got a bolt on each side of the ankle. Like,
I actually have 4 screws in this one. I broke. What did I break in here? The wrist. So I have 2 screws in this. Luckily, I'm starting to get most motion back in it.
Good.
And then this one, I broke pretty much like the bone that runs up the side of your hand. As of right now, no surgeries. Within 4 months, I could have one. It would just be a joint replacement, and then
We like joints.
yeah, and then
We'll blur that out for insurance reasons. Sorry, and the beer
Yeah.
that you're holding.
yeah. Well, we don't see that.
It's okay. They don't see our podcast.
And then I tore my PCL in here, so I'll know next week if I gotta have surgery on it. But hopefully we're done with those. 'Cause
how long ago did this happen now?
February 8th.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it's fresh.
Yeah,
So it's been like literally just a month.
a little over a month.
Yeah. And you broke your left hand and you don't have a cast on it or anything?
Nope. So this one I broke. They went and did surgery the next day. This one was obviously on the priority list.
Right.
So we did this one first, and then the next day they pulled me in for this one. This one, they could do it, but they're scared that they would just refracture what's already in there. So we're going to leave it alone. And then in 4 months, if I just can't take the pain from it, I'll have a joint replacement. And then should be good after that. But
For the wrist?
We like joint
for this one.
replacements too.
Oh, okay.
this one's pretty much good now. It is... I
That's
got
surprising for 4 weeks, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
With
got
as many
2
injuries as you've got going on, and you could go without a cast on that
Yeah.
quickly.
Yeah,
That's something.
I had a cast on it for 3-4 days in the hospital, and then I had a cast on it for 2 days. That's when they pulled me in for surgery, and then after when I came out of surgery, I didn't have it on there. And then I woke up and was like, "Oh, can I use it?" No, I can't.
Sound like
just
they
from
stabilized it when you got there, and then repaired
yeah,
it.
they And then this one I've kind of just been. I was in a cast for up until probably 2-3 weeks ago. They put me in this one and then buddied my finger so that
Right.
way I can at least use these. But
Did it hurt?
surprisingly, no.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I've heard that,
No.
dude. I've heard that.
By
That's
the
crazy.
time,
That's nuts, man. I can't even imagine.
By the time I had got the worst part that I remember before like anything had got done
Right.
was they had given me some type of painkiller and I kept forgetting to breathe. Figure that, right? So they came in and started packing my foot with like gauze and stuff like that to keep it from bleeding. And that is the most pain that I felt out of it. Like, as soon as I got in the ambulance, she was like, "No, I got you." And she starts hitting me with all these painkillers. And
When you see the pictures, you'll understand.
yeah,
Oh, I get it.
it was crazy. I've accidentally seen the pictures. I don't ever want to see them again because it's...
Oh, I'm glad we didn't just flash them up on the TV like we
Yeah,
talked
it's-
about.
Yeah, I don't think we could just do that on
No, we
YouTube.
That was a joke.
It's disgusting.
I don't even want to see him, but I'm going
Nardog.
to see him.
Yeah.
It's worth the reaction. I'll
Yeah.
look at him.
It's pretty wild. But... And then I have all these cool scars right
So
here.
are you ready to get back on a bike? Mm-hmm.
We just talked
Yep.
about this on the way
Yeah.
here, actually.
Right on.
I am.
Very cool.
My dad taught me that you'll
You gotta
learn,
get back on the
you'll
horse.
learn how to ride once you crash it.
Yeah.
And just for everyone to know, our beard is actually an avid rider as well. So
Yeah.
this
I've got
actually
a,
hits home for him as well.
Yeah, I had a lot of questions, but like you don't know what caused it other than just like getting hit by somebody. Was it like
So,
was she running a light? Like how did that
yeah.
work?
So I had a green light and she had a blinky, like a yield yellow light. And so she was trying to turn left onto a road. And I'm assuming, I can't really say for a fact this is what she did, but there was a car in front of me. I'm assuming that she just tried to beat the light. And then
Right after the car.
Yeah, as soon as the car passed, she turned and then hit
Yeah.
me. But I
And it
mean,
was dark out, right?
it was starting to get dark. It was like 6:30 at night, so
Right.
like it was pretty.
Yeah, the video looked like it was dark outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it did.
It was probably like time people were getting off of work. There was a lot of people that like showed up, and then so like we're dealing with a lot of the paperwork side of things with, things not getting done the way they're supposed to.
Indeed.
And you stayed awake the whole time before the ambulance got there? and all that stuff?
Unfortunately,
Yeah, we were actually talking about that on the way here because I was like, dude, it's like as soon as you hit the ground and stop rolling, you were trying to like stand up, like you were completely coherent of
Yeah.
what was going on.
I was gonna go get the bike, but
Someone save the bike.
Dude, yeah, I get it, man. I get it. I haven't gotten to a lot lately because I just had a daughter and I've been like fucking in another world for the last almost little over a year.
It happens.
And
does.
so I haven't gotten to ride as much, but I just got her out the other day. I'm riding an Indian bobber. And
Okay, yeah.
I love that thing, dude. She's sweet.
I want another one, but I think I'm gonna cool out with them for a minute. And
Yeah,
just-
a Gixxer 1000.
Yeah,
That's a lot of bike, dude.
that's all.
That's a lot of bike.
That was the first bike I'd ever gotten on.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
Dude,
that was his
oh
very
my god,
first-
you're nuts.
I've
have you ever done like a rider's class or anything, or
No.
have you just been riding forever?
No, I just I got on one. So I raced motocross for a hot minute.
That counts. That
And
counts
then-
for a lot.
Yeah. So then when I turned 20, I had gotten one, and then
Yeah.
I didn't keep it long. I'd gotten into other things like Hondas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I had one. I'd gotten one for about 3 or 4 months. I think I paid my dad like 2 payments on it.
Right.
And my cousin set the building on fire. So then I lost that bike.
We'll put that picture right here.
So
Dang.
so for like months, I was like, dude, like I'll never replace that bike. Like that was my favorite bike I'd ever owned. And then I found this one.
So you
I
went
was
and got
like-
another one.
I went and got another one, and
That's
I'm gonna go
crazy.
get another one.
That's
Now,
crazy.
I will say, off the bike thing, he has had some incredible Hondas. Just saying, he likes an EM1, and if you don't know what an EM1 is, that's an SI around the 99 2000. That's normally your coupe. That's normally your go-to.
Yep.
Right on.
Well,
I like your style.
I like faster things now.
I see that.
Yeah.
I see that.
I like to.
It's obvious if you know anything that J-Dubs just said, and there's
don't.
somebody out there that doesn't. I had a feeling Floaty might be lost, but
No. I wrote
all
a lot
those
of
letters and numbers mean that homeboy here likes to go fast.
Yeah, I rode a whole lot of dirt bikes when I was a kid. A lot of like forest dirt bike trails and stuff out in the woods with my cousins and friends and stuff.
Yeah.
But I've never ridden a bike on the street ever.
Yeah.
Me neither, actually.
And it's also been like over
Yeah.
25 years since I've ridden any motorcycle.
Riding anything with two wheels with an engine on it counts for a lot.
Dirt bikes are
But
fun,
when you're talking about the difference between off-road grass and there's a lot of slippage with back tires that goes into
sure.
riding that style, and that doesn't necessarily translate. And if you try to revert to your old ways, you'll end up hurting yourself if you try riding street that
Right,
way.
yeah, the uncles and stuff made us start with like the 4-wheelers and even go with 3-wheelers.
That's how
And then
that's
we
how
got
you'd
to the
want to
dirt
do
bikes.
it.
Dirt bikes are fun, man.
I
Jumping
wish,
through the woods. It's fun.
I wish I had the means to kind of come up that way, but I waited till way later in life to actually start riding. But I enjoy it very much, and I don't care to go fast because I don't want this shit to happen to me.
And that's why you
know what's funny?
That's why you waited later in life to start
Yeah.
riding.
What's
Yeah.
funny is I actually wasn't speeding when this happened.
Figures.
I have done some numbers.
Yeah.
And like I solely believe if I would have just did those numbers that day, this probably wouldn't even.
She wouldn't have made you.
Yeah, no, I would have passed her right
Yeah,
on
dude.
too. But
You'd have missed her by a minute.
yeah, it's at least 4 or 5 miles. But
Yeah, it was hard to tell how fast you're going with the frame rate of that security camera, but the distance that you went, I could tell it was at least over 35. Like,
it was I was going 5 miles over the speed limit.
Yeah.
I won't say the speed limit for legality reasons.
Don't do anything
Yeah.
that's going
But
to
I
incriminate
was-
yourself.
Yeah, no, I was.
See, he said he was going 5 under the speed limit.
Yep,
There it is.
I heard him.
that's
I
right.
did too.
Yep.
But
So,
I can't help but blame the grass, man.
that's all I'm blaming.
Yeah. It was that damn bush.
Dude,
in the bush.
Every
the bush.
time I stand up or anything, I do anything, I'm like, "Fuck you, Karen."
The lady's name was Karen.
Oh, of
but
course it
she
was.
Karen? Or did she actually give a crap that she hit you?
She lied on the paperwork.
Man,
So
yeah.
we'll put it like that.
And
Apparently,
my
she didn't
boy,
see
my
me.
boy has got
Is-
one sharp lawyer too.
I was
This
going to
dude
say, is there anything still happening in
badass.
court over this?
Oh yeah, like
There's still lawyers involved?
they have till Monday to.
They have till ominous. The balls on this guy. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. They have until Monday.
to the end of the business day.
Nice.
My neck. I meant my check.
Cody calls us in 2 weeks, dude, the episode effed me. Fine.
It's all right, dude.
If it
You
wasn't
said
for
Monday.
J-Dubs.
This doesn't come out till Tuesday, so we're good.
They used J-Dub's voice as evidence.
What? Damn, man. Why are you going to put it on me for, bro? That's my homeboy.
I would cry.
I would too.
I really would.
I would. That would be bad.
There's nothing that's going to air on this episode that's actually going to incriminate you.
No.
So I'm not worried about it.
No.
And even if there was, nobody watches this.
there's
Well, actually, we're up to 109
Speaking
now.
of that, you guys take a second to like, share. You gotta wop wop while I'm trying to pimp the show.
him. I didn't do
Yeah, you were a little behind the
You
curve on that
waited-
one, J-Dubs.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to apologize for our unprofessionalism. And I'd like you to forgive us. And like, share, and subscribe with this beautiful graphic right here. Look at it. And there it goes.
And there it is. There it went.
And now I think it's time for a commercial.
Yeah, we're gonna show some pictures, and then we'll come back and get your reaction on.
Yeah, we're going to look at your post-accident pictures off the air. And then when we come back from this commercial, we'll,
way too graphic to show.
we'll share our opinions on
very
the
graphic.
disgustingness. So check out this thing that we're still not trying to sell you.
You don't have to say that every time because sometimes I want to put a commercial of us and like I actually want to sell us. So like, stop saying that.
Cut in and say that.
Done. Done. I love it.
You're listening to the Ready Set Radio Show, only on 103.7 WRSR.
I don't know how it happened. We took the looks like we've got a caller on the line. Go ahead, caller. You're live on the Ready Set Radio Show with DJ Smev.
Hey, Smev! Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Ready Set Radio Show is the only show which broadcasts live music on location. We bring all of the radio, including advertising, top 10 countdowns, and contests. Learn more at ReadySetRadio.com.
Way back up in the woods among the evergreens, there stood a log cabin made of earth and wood, where lived a country boy named Johnny B. Good, who never ever learned to read or write so well, but he could play a guitar just like he's ringing a bell. Go, go. I got all my life to live, I got all my love to give, I will survive, I will survive, I will survive. I don't practice Santeria, I ain't got no crystal ball. Well, I had $1 million, but I'd spend it out if I could find that Hannah and that Sancho that she's found. Well, I'd pop her cap in Sancho. I just want to say I'm feeling. Gotta make it understand. Never gonna give you up.
You're tuned in to the Ready Set Radio Show, the only show that makes your radio come alive.
I'm begging, begging you, put your loving hand out, baby. I'm begging, begging you, put your loving hand out. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Oh, we're all in the mood for a melody.
Stay tuned to 103.7, home of DJ Smev and the Ready Set Radio Show.
And we're back.
Oh, so those pictures, Cody. I
gross.
see why you don't want to look. You looked at them once, but not again. What
On
was it?
accident.
Oh, geez.
On accident. Oh man.
Yeah, I didn't even.
That because it's like that. It's like like that picture. You just and
Oh, I just realized it didn't show us anything above the leg, but yeah, the leg was not pretty. There was definitely some some gore.
yeah,
Yeah, that foot
It was-
right there.
yeah.
yeah. No, dude. It was very colorful.
It was.
It was very colorful. Yeah.
So, like, prognosis of healing and stuff is good, or
So far, so good. The possibility of still losing it is still up in the air.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
so
scary.
Where I broke it, the skin that's back there had to be repaired, obviously. So they are watching it very, very closely, making sure that the skin does heal the way it's supposed to. As soon as we start getting that progress, I'll be out of the woods with it. But as of right now, it's still.
did they say how long it might take to get to there?
This just in, that makes Cody the richest man in the room.
I hope.
Okay.
So.
That was true in December, dude.
8 to 12.
He's trying to talk, man.
8 to 12 weeks, I think.
Right on.
Somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Minimum 12 weeks.
Yeah, because I've heard ankles especially. I've heard people say that it takes a long time to come back from, and even then, I've never had an injury like this, but I've rolled my ankles really bad to the point where they swell up to like cantaloupes, and I've messed my shit up, and now my ankles will never be right again. So like I'm wondering, they say 8 to 12 weeks minimum, but what does that actually mean?
So I'm hoping 12 weeks minimum is at least me walking on it.
Right.
I'll know in 2 to 4 weeks if I can get put in a boot.
Yeah.
It's hopefully moving along the way it should be. I think they know I'm hard-headed.
Right.
So I think they were just trying to throw the worst-case scenario at me to make sure I was doing it correctly.
Yeah.
But, like, I did a big lifestyle change just because of this. And
Nice.
Fair enough, though, right?
yeah, it's
Yeah.
You might as well.
Does that feel good? Or are you
It does.
happy about that?
Yeah,
Good.
It does.
That's what's up.
Um,
Heck yeah.
I quit vaping and
Nice, dude.
doing all the bad stuff. That
Right
way,
on.
you know, we can focus on this, make sure that this gets healed. Because regardless, I'm 26. I don't want to move.
Yeah, you don't want to have messed up ankles for the rest of your
so
life.
You're still in an age where
like
you
somebody-
can
like
fully
somebody
recover
here.
from something. Like
Yeah, so like if all it takes is just doing it the right way, then you might as well.
So I have to ask, when this, and I'm sure, you know, the way it happened was split second, and then you were on the ground, and it was what it was. But at any point, did you think this was it? Like, this was the way you were going to go out?
Yeah,
That's the first thought you have anytime
quite-
anything goes wrong on a bike, dude.
Like,
swear to God.
did you see her turning, and you were like, oh my God, this is about to happen?
Yeah. So when she turned, you'll hear people say you brace for impact. It's a weird feeling to express, but you kind of see it and just know this is happening. And then when I sat up, I was more or less mad that it happened because, like, lady, you just hit me.
stupid bitch.
inconvenient.
Yeah, that's
But
that's
then
fair, dude. That's totally fair.
Once I realized, like, oh shit, we're not moving from here on our own.
You knew it was serious.
Yeah, I kind of knew that. All right, this might be something we just let happen.
Yeah.
What did
you
she
ain't,
do?
You ain't limping away from it.
Yeah, no. I'm not.
What did she do after it was all said and done? Do you remember any of that or seeing her?
I never once saw her. I never once talked to her. I never once heard anything. I did hear one guy say, "Oh, she ran," and then I was like, "Oh, fuck, great. Okay, that's cool. Like, of course this is gonna happen."
Right.
And then the other guy goes, "No, she's right there. She's just in a different car."
Oh, so you went through the emotional roller coaster that I just went through listening to you.
Yep,
You're like,
yep.
oh hell no, fuck this guy. Oh wait, she's right there. All right, my bad. That's on me, y'all. I'm sorry.
So just it was, but yeah, it was an experience. I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, I do not recommend.
No,
0 out of 10.
10 out of 10 don't recommend.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm glad you're personally.
Yes.
I'm glad you're
Yeah,
okay.
very
You're
glad
one of
you're
my-
here, dude. Because
me too.
You're one of my closest friends.
motorcycles,
and-
man, they're. I'm right here with you because I ride, but like we both know how dangerous that
Yeah.
shit is. Just
It
being
is.
cool on them, you know, like
It's
yeah,
they hear that you don't ever want to get the phone call.
yeah.
And now I have a new saying. I don't ever want to have to make that phone call.
Right.
Because thankfully I had Life 360. So Life 360 detected the crash and then called
That's
out
amazing.
who they needed to. So a big shout out to Life 360 because they
Yeah, No doubt,
dude.
they definitely help. But
We need to
Then
make
I
that
had to-
shorter.
then I had to call everybody else and be like, hey.
Yeah.
But I'm like, doped
At least
up
it's
on-
like your voice they're hearing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
hey, I was
that's-
in a wreck. Okay, well I'm hearing you, so you're here.
Yeah, that's how I look at it. I got all this, but it could have been a funeral. So
Yeah,
It really could have.
Definitely could go a
Yeah,
different
dude.
way, man.
how it wasn't a funeral, I have no idea.
How much gear were you wearing?
None.
That's
I was a very big advocate of if
he
I
took
go
it like
down,
a champ.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I go down, I'm gonna go down.
Yeah, you went down,
So-
and you're gonna wear that.
But
Hopefully,
I will
your
tell you-
ankles don't rattle like mine forever.
I'm gonna tell you now. If I ever get on another one, I will have boots on because so hardly believe that if I had those, that would not have happened.
That is
Yeah.
very true.
That would not.
So,
have happened.
At least not
do
to
we
that
see
degree.
a ride along in the future between you guys? You think you guys are going to cruise together?
I'm not trying to keep up with somebody who likes to go fast on a Gixxer 1000, dude.
Hey, we cruise too.
I like to chill, man. I just
What
want
about
to be on
moderately
two wheels.
fast
You
on
know,
a gold wing?
Gold wings are pimp, dude.
They are.
They're old
They
school
really-
pimp.
Yes.
They are.
Good shit.
So yeah, moving on.
Speaking
though.
of you
Yeah.
not being a ghost today, I heard that you like to do ghost hunting.
I do.
Yeah.
Supernatural stuff's kind of up our alley too.
very excited to be able to talk about this because this has a whole bunch of other. You come with pictures and videos that we can add in to show other people because
Yeah.
this is some cool stuff. And we talked a little bit about it before we got onto the podcast, before Floaty even got here, and there might even be an opportunity to like do something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, snaps!
This
Just in. Ghost hunting is cool.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Once you jump over the fact of that they're not there to hurt you. They're there to kind of just, hey, I'm here, and that's what we look for.
I don't know. The video you showed me and that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, I was just going to say,
she
haven't
didn't
you seen
sound
the
like she
poltergeist?
was very welcoming.
She was not very welcoming, but she's a cool person.
She had some Karen tendencies.
I want to go find her again. I haven't found her the last maybe 2 or 3 times I've been there, but she's something else.
Where is this at?
This is in Boone, Banner Elk.
Oh yeah.
Your old stomping
That's right.
grounds.
Yeah,
Old Cannon.
grew up there. Very young stuff.
How was it growing up there?
Well, it's probably why I like the mountains so much. I would much rather have a house on a lake than a house on a beach.
Say it again.
older I get,
Say
brother.
it again.
Yeah, dude.
I'd
the
rather
older
have
I
a house on a lake than a house on the beach.
I'm in.
Yeah, in the mountains, dude. That's where I want to be.
There it is.
Ditto.
The older I get, bro, I agree with you.
Yeah,
100%.
It's
The
it's my
further
jam.
up, the better.
Yeah, I like that. I like that stuff.
I want my breathing to struggle for the first few months. I moved so high up in the mountains.
That's really high up. in the
Hey,
mountains.
my boy's doing field and track right now, man. And
Sweet, let's deprive him of oxygen.
Well, I was gonna say we went up past Danbury up in the mountains the other day for a meet, man, and it was like noticeably different as far as like the breathing quality. The air was crisp, man. Like it was noticeably different.
Yep.
I enjoyed it very much.
Very cool. Moving on.
So
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you.
so you've actively ghost hunt.
Yeah.
Yep. What kind of equipment are you using?
We use REM pods, EMF detectors, spirit boxes.
Cool band.
Do you ever do Estes?
Yeah,
Estes
yeah,
cool band.
yeah. Actually, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, a couple times. Once, kind of on my own, and then once when we did a like a paid place.
What's the craziest thing you've experienced or recorded? If you have, or a couple of things, if you have several things.
He actually sent us a few things, and I might have heard a snippet of one of them.
Yeah.
That was
I've
pretty
yet to
crazy
see
on
the
its own.
footage.
Hey, you open the door down here? Hey, close it if you opened it.
Oh shit! Fuck! Whoa!
I think like stone cold evidence, probably that scream. I've gotten plenty of, cameras or not cameras. I got plenty of like figures, pictures of them. I have a few doors slamming like on command. But for the most part, I'm not. I wouldn't say like I'm a. What's the word? Like a
pimp.
Ghostbuster.
Yeah.
Who you gonna
skeptical.
call?
Skeptical. That's
Skeptic.
the word.
You're not a skeptic?
No. Well, I don't know. Like as much as I've seen, I kind of just want that one piece that's like okay.
You want 100%
Yeah.
irrefutable proof.
Yeah.
But that's the whole thing behind ghost hunting. There is nobody's ever gotten that.
Well, yeah. Like
Is that even possible?
But
Like, does it even actually exist? What would it take for it to be a smoking gun piece of evidence and not just for you, but for everybody else?
I think everybody.
Because
has
what good is a
different-
piece of smoking gun evidence if you're
Yeah.
the only one that believes it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
There's never gonna be. I don't think there's ever gonna be a piece of evidence that
What my
convinces
proof-
everyone.
Yeah.
my proof would be different than yours.
yeah, that's
So,
what
like,
that's what I'm getting at.
that's
So
what-
like,
Oh,
what-
that's CGI. Oh, that's
yeah,
been
like,
tampered
it's
with.
just-
Blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
That's why I don't film it.
It's very
I don't,
subjective.
I don't do anything with it. I just enjoy it because like that's the thing that I enjoy. I don't need people being like, "Oh no, that's fake." I know what
Yeah.
I'm doing in there,
Dude.
and I don't need to.
Number one, I just love running around creepy old places in the dark.
Yeah.
I really enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Whether I find anything or not.
It's therapeutic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In,
It
in
is.
some really weird way.
And not for nothing, math being math.
Yeah.
I think an episode of the Ready Set Radio Show going ghost hunting would be an excellent thing.
Let's do
Dude,
it.
we talked about this earlier. Yes.
Let's do it.
I think it would be amazing.
Yeah.
Math being math.
Yeah,
Floaty in the beard.
I was making fun of J-Dubs.
I love it. I love it.
It's cool. I own it.
I think there's also other ways to look at it, and like a lot of times when you talk about ghost hunting or whatever EMF readings, it's all about ghosts. But like I see it as like not necessarily there's intelligent specters rolling around, but there's energy left by things. Like energy doesn't.
Yeah,
disappear.
energy. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
You're exactly
you can't-
right.
Yeah, it doesn't. You can't destroy it or
Yep.
make it. It can only be transferred. And so, like in my house, my house has things that happen, and I can't ever capture anything on camera or audio. But there's residual shadow figures and voices that are mimicking my.
What year
life
was
or
your house
myself.
built?
It's 102 years old.
That would
So
So
explain.
what year was your house built?
102 years ago.
So what you're saying is
math being math.
Math
it's
being math. When Cody is up to par, he should totally investigate your house.
Yeah, and I actually know like there's four specific spots where things continuously happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my wife's into it
Heck
too.
yeah.
We have some equipment, but I have not yet captured anything in the house. It's always just personal experience 'cause it's always when I least expect it.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
It's hard because like some of them are bad, but there's also the ones that just want their story to be told. It's just our decision to figure out which one.
Yeah, my house
Yeah.
is chill, dude. There's
Which one
nothing.
they are.
There's nothing bad at all in my house. It's all residual, and it's all just like, oh, I saw something. Oh, I saw something.
That's
It's
good because
yeah.
you know they
We
look
looked
out
into it.
for you too.
Yeah, we looked into Julie. I say we. I literally did no effort into this, but Julie, my wife, looked and researched everyone that lived here, anyone that might have died here. She talked to people that she could reach and find out information. She'd call people. Hey, I hear you lived in my house back and then. Did anybody die, or did you see or have these experiences too? And other people have. The very first person that we ever met that had stayed here, it was just happenstance. He was a friend of some kids that were hanging out with our kids, and he stayed here with the previous tenants for like a year or whatever in the attic. And we were just gonna. We didn't even get the question out.
Where? In the attic?
In the attic?
Yeah, you said in the attic?
In the attic?
The guy stayed in the attic.
Yeah, I have a finished attic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's half finished, half unfinished. Yeah,
Get with it, J-Dubs. Dang.
I was invested in the story. It was
like-
a good story. I forgot that it's a. I was like thinking like
This isn't the
not
movie
fin-
Skeleton
like-
Key. I didn't lock him in anything.
Yeah,
There's
no doubt. But I think
Anyway.
us going ghost hunting for an episode or like doing some stuff like that would be awesome because you claim to live in a haunted house,
Yeah.
and I'm the biggest skeptic you've ever met.
Really?
Me and you,
I don't
actually, me and
believe
you
that
both,
shit.
bro.
There's got to be a good reason for that. You know what I
Me
mean?
and
Like
you
I'm
both.
so
I definitely
I
invite-
would love to go around in these places in the dark with a bunch of gear and like scream like little girls whenever we hear something. You know
And
what I
I
mean?
would love to
I am
film it.
so down.
We
I
can
want to
do it. We can do
Heck
it.
yeah.
Hey, you guys get in the comments and you let us know. You let us know if you want to see
yeah.
this
And
happen.
while you're down there in the comments, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Dun, dun, dun.
Look, we're getting pretty good at this podcasting thing. We're really not.
No, we've gotten better. I didn't say we got good.
The finished product is getting much better.
I think so. I think so.
execution is not.
But yeah, like I'd like to see us go out and do some things we might not necessarily just do on our own. You know, like go ghost hunting and
I'm definitely
figure out
down.
other things we can go and do. And
Have you?
Well, we were talking about Randonautica earlier, if anyone knows about that.
I still don't know about that.
So the whole thing with that is it is a app that interacts with your algorithms and your thought process. So your intent, it is supposed to work with and send you to a place that you've never been before. So, example, if you were like, I want to see the color red, and you hit the little button and it does this little algorithm, it'll send you to somewhere that you will see the color red.
Okay. What's the app called again?
Randonautica. And this has been a big thing because there is actually documented proof that there was a group of teens, and they were like, "We want to see death," and it took them to a spot on a pier, and on the rocks down near the water there was a suitcase, like a travel suitcase that has the pull handle with the wheels, and they were like, "No way, this is crazy! I can't believe there's actually something here." And one of them went down there while another one was filming up top. And the closer that this person got to the suitcase, there was a foul odor. When they unzipped it halfway, there was a body in the bag.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And this
sounds like some Ouija board shit, dude.
This is some real stuff. Like literally, it was on the news.
What was that?
The cops, the fire department, everyone showed up. There was an actual body, and this app took them to this location.
It sounds like a story that the app would make to build hype about itself.
That's awesome.
Other than the fact
it's a good story.
That right there is a great movie.
Oh my God, we should make that movie, dude. That'd be so much fun.
Not for nothing.
2025.
we have Halloween coming up. We have shorts to make.
We do. I have zero ideas yet. Actually, I had an idea earlier, but it's not scary. It's more for like Christmas. So we'll talk about that.
We need to do Christmas before we do Halloween again.
Hey, maybe we should get with Cody and throw some ideas.
That's another thing about Cody, because you're a photographer, videographer. Yeah,
I am.
That's awesome.
You looking for a job that doesn't pay anything?
Hey,
are you looking for a passion project? Is what he asked.
Hey,
that's how I worded it. Yeah.
Well, welcome to the club.
I got to get the portfolio back up. So.
Well, not to prove anything to us. We have. I mean,
we have no standards. We have no standards.
Hey, do you remember how long it took us to get the cameras working today?
Yeah,
and they worked last week. So,
they worked on Tuesday.
Yes, they worked on Tuesday. They did work on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Technology is technology.
It's weird. It's great until it doesn't. Until it's not. It happens.
I'm not blaming Mr. Jason. Mr. Jason just upgraded the studio or the station again to a point that I couldn't figure out. That's all it is. Now that we figured it out, it's fine.
Hey, gentlemen, we need to take a break.
Taking a break. We'll be back after this. Word from
here.
Our
watch
sponsors. Why do we have to take a break?
I gotta piss.
Why didn't you just come cut through and piss? That's kind of funny.
Check your prostate while you're in there.
Where are you going now?
J-dubs.
There's not a urinal back there.
All right, there you go. Y'all are back on.
All right, J-Dubs has to go pee, ladies and gentlemen. He's in timeout.
Right.
That just happened.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
All right.
It did. Yeah, that's the level of professionalism that we're
J-Dubs was supposed to tell us the
holding
next topic.
ourselves to. Yeah, I don't think we can wait for him. It sounds like it might be a minute.
Like an orgasm giving you a back rub.
Dude. So you got to work on your portfolio.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't have one before?
No, so I do. It's just
old. Well, I mean, you got to keep the portfolio updated.
So,
I know how that goes, but
so like a lot of the pictures that I do have are just ones that like I wouldn't go to like Life Touch and be like, "Hey, here's my portfolio." So
enough.
I'm trying to dabble in like things that like I can show people.
Yeah.
Which is mainly what my abandoned stuff is, but like I also do portraits. I do a lot of.
So you have worked with bands before?
Not necessarily. I've never shot like I do regular portraits, like family stuff, stuff like that. But I've dabbled into like the videos for cars and stuff like that. I did a lot with the bikes, and so like I'm trying to dabble myself into videography. Just for I want to learn something new. I've kind of learned photography, and then I just base it around that. And
photography. Where do you go from there?
Yeah, so
make a move.
Do you,
of course.
Do you just capture or do you edit too?
Yeah, so everything that I do is done by me off of Lightroom.
Same. Everything we do.
Yeah.
It's. I feel like it means more to me when I put it out there, and then I get a bunch of likes off of it, or
nice.
I feel that, and like that keeps you the only artist in that art.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Start to finish.
And while I totally can appreciate that for the statement that it is on its own and to be the artist that does that, but having been the artist that does that comes with a mountain of work because that means it's all on you. And if you don't do it, it doesn't get done. And
it's
crazy. It's hard to operate that way.
As soon as I leave a spot, like I'm putting the SD card in, I'm moving them around, and then it's like I go through so many pictures, and it's like I can't stand these. Like I do. I'm also published. I was
Shut up.
I got
sick.
I have one front cover, and then I have one back cover. Those ones are the ones that like I really like.
Well, yeah.
What
those are
publication?
Beat myself up. It's Hemp Queens magazine.
Nice.
Something like that. Yeah, it's pretty dope.
Heck yeah.
Shout out Hemp
That's
Queens
that's
magazine.
your start of your new portfolio right there.
Yeah. I use those. It's just the kind of audience that one's
Specific,
around.
right?
Yeah, so it's kind of specific.
Very niche.
Yeah, but it's like cool just to be able to say, hey, I'm published.
That is cool. I don't want to interrupt or jump in the middle, but now that J-Dubs is back, let's take it to commercial.
As he's not in his position, that is the coolest commercial ever. Check this shit out.
Oh yeah, Big Daddy Mike's smooth and creamy smack and cheese. It'll make you smack the Swiss out your mama.
Big Daddy Mike's Smack and Cheese. Original and Booyah Bacon variety.
Now get your ass up and go get some.
And we're back. Yeah, so you're a mechanic.
Yep.
Nice, okay. Do you want to keep being a mechanic?
No.
All right. I think maybe we can work something out with that.
Yeah, I'm
not saying we pay well, but the hours are shit.
How do you like? Let me ask you. Do you like beer?
If you liked it so far.
If you like beer, then we pay pretty well.
Yeah.
Do you like good company?
We're all right. We're mid-range pay.
We have our moments. For sure.
All right, so
do you like to gamble in casinos? Because we go to those sometimes.
I've actually never done that.
Well, then we have a poker game we got to tell you about.
Yeah, no shit. That's nice.
Speaking of poker games, you guys check out the special edition episode.
Are we doing it that way? A special edition episode?
Wow, is that about to happen?
Yeah, it'll be a short video somewhere on the internet.
Bro.
So wait, are we teasing it here, or are we just telling them about it?
Yeah. Well, this is
let's give it to them.
In the episode?
Right now, raw dog.
I mean, I'll edit it. That's fine. Let's do it right now.
Bam.
Check this out.
So I've always heard the classic, use chicken grease to make sure that things stay curled the way they're supposed to, like they did back in the cowboy days. You know what I mean?
I must say, dude, the mustache game is strong tonight, dude.
They use wax.
I'm feeling it. Yeah, but a little chicken grease, and it smells good too.
Oh, hey, Mr. Jason's here.
Hi guys, how are you guys doing today?
Good. What's up, man?
What's up?
Thanks for inviting me.
You're welcome.
Thanks for coming.
Mr. Jason has to get his gambling shirt on.
Just thought I'd get comfortable today.
It's not straight poker.
Did you bring your slippers?
Figured I would leave those. What this will do for now.
I guess we're lucky we're all wearing pants tonight, fellas.
Yeah.
What are we doing here, man?
We're all wearing
I think we all know why we're here.
I don't know.
Yeah, we do.
For sure.
100 subscribers.
Subscribers.
Woo!
Whatever camera's looking at us, all of them. Thank you guys for subscribing.
Indeed. Appreciate you.
And we wanted to crack this bottle with the person that made it possible. Mr. Jason provided the bottle.
And I'd like to shout out thanks to Mr. Hammonds for providing the bottle.
Thank you, Mr. Hammonds. And Drew is our bandmate expert on the liquid. And then we decided to say, screw it, let's just play a bunch of poker, and then we don't have to do as much on Sunday when we film next week's episode. So enjoy this game of Texas Hold'em while we drink this to our health.
100 subscribers. Yeah, to the first 100.
Cheers. Cilantro.
All the small things, true care, truth brings. I'll take one left, you're right, best trip. Always, I
And we're back.
All right, so that poker night was pretty fun, and we finally cracked open that bottle for getting to 100 subscribers. So
Cracked
once
it
again,
and then cracked it, dude.
Yeah,
It was gone.
we killed
Hey
it pretty
guys,
quick.
where's my shot? You were supposed to save me one.
I saved it for you. It's in the trash.
Did you really?
No.
Got him.
No, to be fair,
Shots fired!
we did talk about saving you a shot. The problem is we talked about that like a week before Tuesday.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, at
And
least
then we forgot.
describe it. How was it?
Man,
How was it?
You know, I mean, he loves whiskey and bourbon.
I like whiskey and bourbon, and even for like, bourbon is not necessarily even something that I want to just sip on neat all the time.
Right.
Like I would do that with scotch all the time. That's no problem. But bourbon is not the same that way.
Okay.
But this is bourbon you could do that with.
Yeah,
Nice.
It had a
Yeah.
really strong, sweet punch right at the beginning. Really,
Did it have
really
the
sweet.
barrel? Could you taste the barrel?
Yeah, but
bit.
it had like a pepper spice at the
Yeah.
end.
It was really good, dude.
Thank
It
you
was
guys
tasty.
so much for saving. I appreciate it.
It was
tried.
tasty.
You
You're
guys-
welcome.
hey, best
Anytime,
friends.
buddy.
Best
Anytime.
fucking
We love you, man.
friends.
Heck yeah.
We did toast to you.
We
I
did.
thank you.
And it's in the video too, so you
thank you.
can.
And we
you
all
don't have to believe
and we
us.
all
You can-
agreed, including you, that Mr. Jason had to be involved in that.
Of course,
regardless
yes.
of how we had to make it happen. So
Yeah.
we were sad to not have you there.
Hey man, you know it is what it is.
We're gonna talk a little smack real quick. You guys,
But not for nothing. I will say, just for the record, I was the one that was like, "Hey, you guys go ahead."
yeah.
I wasn't able to make it on Tuesdays because I have daddy duties. I'm a single father, so it is what it is. So I told the guys to go ahead and do
yeah,
it.
if it makes you feel better, I only had like 3 shots, and 2 of those were light, like half shots.
Yeah, no,
But
dude.
you
I
don't
got
really drink
schnockered.
liquor like that, so
Not
you were
really.
probably buzzed like a mug.
That felt great. It was fine. It was
Hey,
delicious.
you know who didn't get any? Cody.
That
you,
is true.
You want some? I saved a
He
shot.
jumped right in there with that, dude.
Cody, if you want some, I saved a shot. It's in the fridge. I'll get it for you.
Take you up
I
on
love you
that
guys.
That was cool.
You set him up, I'll knock him down.
That was amazing.
Cody, I failed to ask this at the beginning of the interview, and I apologize, but I need to know how you met that dude J-Dubs and why you decided to remain friends with him all this time.
Well,
'Cause
Yeah.
I have my reasons, and they never match up with anybody
I
else.
can't wait to hear this.
so
I'm still searching for mine.
man, when
Is that a
was
U2
Shots
song?
fired! Shots fired!
We need squirt guns. Or Nerf guns, at least.
Yes!
it? Yeah.
I will have those next. I got you. I got you.
Meeting
even-
J-Dubs.
I don't even remember.
Dubs,
It
do you
was
remember-
Randleman?
2019, somewhere in there. I had just finished building the SI, and my sister asked me to go to the store for her. So I was like, yeah, it'd be a great opportunity to drive the car up there, see what it's like. It wasn't even like totally finished. I had the hood off, like it looked like shit. So like I was just like, I'm
I
gonna
beg to
drive it.
differ.
That's probably what got his attention.
Yeah, so
Yeah, like no top, bro. She was showing everything. It was
As
gorgeous.
soon as you said that, I was like, that's how they met.
yeah, so I pull up, I go inside, and of course, you know, you got that gas station where like you know the people that work inside. So like I was up there, they were asking me about the car, and I walk out, and there's like literally like 5 people standing around my car, and Jason turns around and in Jason fashion just yells, "Is this your car?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" And he's like, "Oh, dude, I love it." And I'm like, "Oh, bro, I thought you hit my car." And like, because he's like parked in front of it, and I'm like, "Great, he's done rolled into it or something." And then it was just.
I mean, he is
been-
left-handed.
He is left-handed.
Wow.
He is left-handed.
You
then it
okay
was
back
just-
there, Dubs?
Speaking of being left-handed,
Hey,
J-Dubs, what the hell are you doing?
I say go ahead. Never mind. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Man. I can't not pay attention to the guy behind the curtain right now.
Yeah,
I got you.
that worries me even
so
more.
J-Dubs told me that you guys were in a car club.
We were.
You want to give us a little detail about what kind of car club that was?
We were. We started. I can't remember the first one, but the second one's really what hit home for me.
Was it Hondas?
Yeah.
Civics?
So it was. Well, it had pretty much a wide range of cars. But mostly, yeah, it
Mostly
was.
Hondas.
It was Hondas and.
Did you guys ever
Tigers.
race or anything?
No, because the one time I decided to follow what he was doing, I didn't have a hood.
No.
Are we going to talk about that?
I think we should.
He just did.
Okay, so yeah, we had did some adjusting on his car, and at the time we didn't believe in the traditional hood latches, so we always did the pin hood latches where you pull out. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Have the Carter pins that pull them out.
You know it's secure.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we forgot to put the Carter.
Oh,
pins
jeez.
back in. So this dude goes down the road and he hits about 5,000 RPMs, and the hood goes off.
Okay, that's better than just like flipping.
The
up and
funny thing,
smashing
it
the
happened
windshield.
so fast, he didn't know what happened. He went down the block and came back up, and this dude pulled up beside him and was like, "Hey, man, I think you lost your hood down the street there." We had to go get it.
Dude, no lie, I cracked the hell out of a windshield in a Ford Escort wagon because I didn't latch the hood. And it
a
flipped
Ford
up,
Super Sport.
smacked the windshield, put a crack in the windshield, and I had to like slam the hood back down a few times to get it to latch. But it did latch. But that scared the ever-living hell out of me, dude. This is right when you get to that speed that's fast enough to catch it hard enough.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
going 45 miles an hour. It's like...
Instantly can't see shit.
Can't see nothing. The loud bang, you just stop.
That is so funny. I got to tell the story real fast that you brought that up. So one day, a buddy of mine, Billy, got a...
Somebody start a stopwatch. I want to know what his idea of real fast is.
Billy, guys.
Reminds me of the sloth in Zootopia. What?
That's just drunk podcasting.
Man, you can't shoot a sloth, man. It's illegal.
So anyway, real fast, Billy came over and he had bought like this Mustang, and it was like a nicer, like souped up Mustang. It was like a 4.3 or whatever, and he just got it. And he brought it over, and I was like, "Yo, I totally want to take Aiden, my son, in the car." And he was like, I don't know, 8, like young as hell. And my son has audio neuropathy, so he has hearing problems. So, and what? Oh, that's a beautiful sound.
Hot damn, let's do it.
We'll take damn. So anyway, I woke my son up out of a dead slumber. Him and his sister was asleep in their bunk beds, and I was like, "Hey, you want to go in a fast car?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, let's go." Yeah. So I get him up and we jump at the. All right, so before all this happened, Billy had popped the hood, and the hood latch was broken. So there was a almost said a zip tie, but they had it fastened with a
bungee cord.
Bungee cord. Thank you.
Got it.
And we totally forgot to put the bungee cord back on.
Of course you did.
So I throw my son that I just woke out of a slumber just like that. He's half asleep. I throw him in this Mustang, and we go down the road, and I'm like, "Yeah, you hear it?" He's like, "Yeah, I love it." And I drop it down in third, just blah, and out of nowhere the hood goes wha, bam, and hits the windshield, shatters the windshield. So later on, my son's freaking, and I talked to him later after he's calmed down. He thought a tree had fallen and hit the windshield.
Do you think that one traumatized him more or the two-step?
Wait, what? The two-step? Did he say the two-step?
This just in.
How are you traumatized by
Cody
a
has
two-step?
a story of my son. Go ahead, Cody.
It's my favorite story to tell other than the words that I taught him. So
we're getting that one too.
Oh yeah, it's my favorite one. All right, so we were all over at Jason's one night. It was like a Sunday night. We all should have been at our own house, but we're out there in the middle of Randleman. Now, if you don't know what Randleman is, it's a small town. You don't make a lot of noise because people don't like it.
Right.
All right. So one of our old friends was out there, and he had two-step on his Civic. Well, we were all like, do it, like just one time. Let's hear it. So then he
J-Dubs, you weirdo.
he does it, and then I turn around for some odd reason, and Aiden had done slung his window up, but he was in a rope, which had fucked me up even more because he took time to get out of his bed and put his robe on. came to the window, slammed it open, and goes, "I'm trying to sleep," and then did like the pimp slap with his robe and turned around and slammed his door or slammed the window back down. And I turned around and I was like, "Hey guys, I think we should stop. Aiden's trying to sleep." And Jason's like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "Y'all didn't see what just happened up there?" It was the funniest thing I had ever seen in my life. I love it.
Pimp slapped his robe.
And y'all were disturbing him?
Did the little...
All right, now I want to hear about these words you taught him.
Okay, so
Oh my
a
god.
while ago, I had learned some Spanish.
One second. Dubs, does Aiden listen to this ever?
No.
All right, so just tell us the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
So help you
All right.
God.
So I had learned some Spanish. It's a very odd thing to know, but I learned how to ask, "Where's the milk?" So for the longest time, I would just ask Aiden,
Donde está la leche?
"Donde está la leche?"
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I started asking, like, I'd get comfortable with it and being like, "Hi, I know Spanish."
Hey, yeah,
So-
me saying that word, that sentence alone is gonna make my wife very happy. So thank you for that.
He pays attention to me. Shout out, Emmy.
So this it was an ice cream truck had came by.
Heck yeah.
And so I walked up to it and I was real confidently, I was like, "Donde está la leche?" And he was like, "Huevos." And I was like, "What? Huh? What did you say to me?" And so I went back up there and I like let it stew on me for a little bit. And I finally was like, "Hey, is what I'm saying like some kind of derogatory like term, or like am I just asking where's the milk?" And they're like, "Yeah, you're just asking where's the milk. Why?" And I tell them, and they all start laughing. And to this day, they have not told me why he says that. And so, like, I don't say it anymore. But Aiden has picked it up. And so
Meanwhile, my
anytime-
son's running around car meets, running, "Donde está la leche? Donde está?"
I'm glad out of all bad habits he could have picked up.
Right.
The la leche.
He wants the milk, dude. Gross little kid.
He learns from the best.
Yeah, you're gross too.
I am.
All right, well, Cody, I want to thank you for coming on the show. Did you have a good time?
Yeah.
We do this...
Super stoked to have you, man. And I know how much of a pain in the ass it was for you to be here.
Just
Thank you.
walking to this room is a pain in the ass in your current condition. So thank you so much for doing that.
I
Yeah,
appreciate you
Cody,
having me.
we talked about that on the way here. You had something to say about that?
Yeah. Maybe next time we make it a little handy capable, accessible. I almost slid 4 times.
I firmly believe that if you were in a chair, we could have got you down here safely.
I do believe
I am
so.
so sorry.
It's okay. So this isn't like a normal thing to have, you know?
Yeah, no,
So I don't know if J-Dubs told you, but we have this new segment on our show that we end the show with. What we do...
His son is the only other handicapped kid we've ever had around. Yeah, dude.
Shout out to Aiden.
We love Aiden very much.
Yeah, we do. Hey, not for nothing, man. That kid was out here helping us pour that concrete pad, man. I really do love that kid. He's awesome.
He
But
put in
like,
the work.
I don't miss a chance where I can, dude. You know what I mean? Like,
All right, so this segment, basically what we do is we come up with a situation, and then based on that situation, we all think about and discuss the perfect song for the situation. And I felt that because of today,
the elephant in the room, right?
yeah, I want to know
Oh, come on.
what is the perfect song for flying through the air after being hit while on your motorcycle? What song should play,
dude,
as you're flying through the air? And we think of songs that might work for that, or just getting in the...
While everybody's thinking about their song, I want to mention the fact that a couple of episodes, 2 episodes in a row, I mentioned the song "Everybody Wants to Rule the World."
Yep.
And I'm hoping I'm not about to do that again. I don't know if the episode from last week had it mentioned. I don't think it did.
I think so.
but the song I think might be perfect. And it's a very timing specific issue within the song. So like you've got to be listening to it while you're riding, and then all of a sudden that spot in the song and the car, it all happens at the same exact spot. And it's the spot right when the lyrics kick in of... Shit. I just had a brain fart. I just had a brain fart. What is it? Fuck.
Well, that definitely wasn't it.
Oh, man. What's the name of the fucking song? It doesn't help when you do that.
Stop. All right, sorry.
Wow. I've got too many other songs that are fucking poking into my head. I can't think of the one that I'm trying to.
The first one that popped in my head was "Free Fallin'" by Tom Petty.
That's a good one.
but in my scenario, time slowed down once you got to the apex of the arc.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to hear mine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like a bird, only find a way.
I guess mine's a little backwards because I thought another one bites the dust.
That one's spot on too, dude.
Oh my God.
I'm still having trouble with the name.
One eternity later.
You Make My Dreams. That's what it is.
You make my dreams come true.
Yeah, You Make My Dreams Come True. That's the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah, I think that's a good call.
Yeah, but it's like
one more
it's right there at the beginning because you know it when you hear the song and it's got that intro and it's kind of off time. Do 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 do. And then that's the second you get hit by the car and go flying.
And the first second in the air is "You're a cunt."
Yes,
The second song that comes to mind is "To the Window, to the Wall."
I always think of that one, the one scene from Talladega Nights where Ricky Bobby's flying through the air. I always think that's how I was probably thinking when I was flying. I'm flying through the air because I don't remember much of it. But
what about like he starts flying? I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
See, thanks, Cody. Now we got to go back and actually plug that in and put that clip in now.
You got to.
That's extra work we have to do. Thanks.
More than likely, you're going to cut into Eric saying something about "we're not doing that," and then it goes back onto the episode as scheduled.
It's my favorite go-to.
Anybody got anything else? Because I think we have a great episode in our.
I think that's it, dude. I'm
so thank
done.
you guys for watching the Ready Set
Thanks for
Radio
being
morning
here.
show.
Appreciate it,
Cody. I can't believe you walked just down the hill, let alone drive or ride all the way over here to do this episode.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for sharing your story.
Appreciate it.
We're going to talk off the air about doing some work together.
Yeah.
J-Dubs, excellent button control. See, you made me a liar, you son of a bitch. We'll see you guys next time, 7 days from now. Bye-bye.